welcome you. I mean, we've already had like a rundown of several things already. Just that moment that we're off
Yeah, you're very present before.
Yeah, but then, okay, so we're going for the shenanigans that he pulled off last week, disrespecting a police officer for hopping into his vehicle and questioning him about driving a car without a plate number.
What status you've attended in a society, you also have to aspirins threatening a police. I mean, that's threat to life, and it's against the constitution, it's against the law, and in the law court, whatever sanction, you know jurisdiction has actually stalled the court processes that before now probably could have been a lot more speedy. But I think it's not the elite members of society, entertainers, people of sports generally, to understand that, I mean, wherever you find yourself. And if you think you're above the law, then definitely one way or the other, you're going to wake up on this. Sometimes politicians act as if they're above the law, but we still know that, situations knows how to go about getting that right, picks them. And so, today, you would know that you're in Nigeria. Why people get away with things is that the people they actually constituted rights and privileges they have taken away or they have abused, that okay, my right is being infringed upon, and this is how I had when I was in a camp who had a legal battle with a multinational, let me not mention, and the man said there was threat to his life, there was a move to negotiate, the multinational stalled the case eventually. And guess what? The man earned in millions as against right because he knew what he was doing. But the fact that he was a man who knew that, I mean, I'm in my rights, I'm within my rights, and he had his facts, he had his evidence.
Law related, you should have a lawyer, no matter what it takes. Like, you should have a lawyer friend, even if it doesn't get to the point where you need to, but you should have someone who can give you legal counsel. For instance, what are the legal implications and how can I get myself out of that? I know I've done aspirins being remanded in the police custody in their above. Now celebrities have joined the gang of politicians, balanced and healthy for everybody. So we need to do in the Lagos State Police custody, because the needed the Nigerian police force.
And the case about putting this together now. Paul Okoye had said that he jumps into his vehicle and orders him to drive, that policeman is going to be a closer look at his statement and come to terms with the reality that this is Nigeria. In as much as we've PPRO from Delta State came out to say that he doesn't have sense for saying had personal encounter. I think I recounted on this set what they got security intel that the police van and at least 6 police officers with guns. Now the reality is this: we've seen situations where police, they dump something in your vehicle and then they let you go, and then by the time you get to a point where you have to negotiate, and oftentimes the negotiation is like there on the road, traveling from Port Harcourt to Akwa Ibom. He said that he was in front with another friend, both of them were in front, and then the policeman, he said he needed to go back and do something. But halfway into continuing the journey, something just struck them. In the backseat were bullet shells.
What?
Told him what he has just discovered. The military personnel told him, remove those things, throw.
Yes.
And the police went straight
to the back seat.
To the back seat. One of the policemen was on the phone. I'm forced to ask, what are you looking for exactly? And the policeman said that he had to call back the military guy, and then my friend wants to speak with the most senior police officer, and they blatantly on a loudspeaker, and the military guy when the guy mentioned, they said he moved to slap him. Why would you mention the vehicle plate number? Anything should happen to those 2 people, then you would.
One who doesn't who was not paying attention to their inner intuition, dies or spends money that they did not plan for, a crime they did not commit. At the end of the day, it just calls for a lot of vigilance amongst individuals. And the cases are becoming, weeks ago, we saw the military man who killed a priest in the north.
A cleric, a Muslim cleric.
Yeah, a Muslim.
Some few months back in Akwa Ibom, where a young man gave a military personnel a lift from his car. So all of these things would also raise this question as to why in a very funny or unfriendly way. It is also very important for us, because you're wearing a police uniform. We cannot tell for a fact that you are a true liaison in the minds of Nigerians can trigger any of multiple. It's not right to mistreat the next person, regardless of which is the situation where you find police officers, you know, on the road, false name, false number, to even report if situation arises. And you are in an encounter with a policeman or with a force person, first look at the person's attack. Once to give account, if your rights are infringed, you will know who security persons on the road with no name tag, especially when they come with unmarked vehicle. We understand that, you know, there are some commando to be able to relate with you by your name.
True that. Who is the Delta State Police Public Relations Officer, have engaged each other, you know, in a war of police force. I mean, on Sunday, we saw Paul and also Rude Boy also said he would consider any officer who tries such with him as a criminal or kidnap the singer, while likening him to some celebrities with Paul Okoye and some other celebrities who have the opinion that a lot has, you know, gone under the bridge with regards to the bridge between where we can respect men of the force and where men of the force can actually respect, you know, members of the society. One who's on the roads, you know, representing the police force number, and it's so that people can identify and be able to arm themselves. Like Francis was sharing a story. What if we don't have the phone up themselves from issues? But at the end of the day, really, with the stories that we are sharing this morning, it's important for you to trust your intuition in the course of your day and in the course of you interacting with people, especially when you want to be like a good Samaritan that we are living in. Okay, so we see Davido. Let's read quickly. So yeah, Obio has won the humanitarian awards that would have humanitarian what? Do you know what that is? 250 million naira.
But you know what?
Tell me about
when
it.
I got the news about that, and they have not said anything about how the money has been disbursed or whether it's, and they gave the list of the orphanages they were going to send the money to. But after that, I've not heard anything. I don't know about you.
So congratulations on winning your, you know,
Your award.
Yeah, the award on humanitarian. But we remember, really, you should do it. Just take it to you.
I think I should take your advice.
Yeah,
I should take your advice.
You find out that a lot of Nigerians are waiting for that kind of thing. So they'll hop on and you will get answers.
And we'll get answers. Seriously, I think Davido deserves the commendation. He deserves the award. I like to have that video expression. I think we have a video for it. Reacted, but he totally deserves it. And I pray and you know, activities, because a lot of his charity efforts, I mean, from offering, it's basically a beautiful thing. And above all, I hope that other Nigerian artists.
Word is coming out with a lot of, you know, Humanitarian Award of the Headies 2022 was really befitting, because I should have won that particular award. But we see that with regards to the Humanitarian Award of the Year and Digital Artist of the Year at the 15th Headies Awards, Nigerian Davido was Obio did us proud. Obio did us proud.
Yeah, well, let's just
Nigerians
Nigerians
won a Bentley now from the Headies. I was begging and was asking Governor Sam Benson. It was Benson. It's Benson. I know. Like,
nah. My bros don't sit down look, say bro.
These we're talking about. And I mean, but I think I was thinking, I'm wondering, why did we have to take it to the United States?
Well, change of location, change of environment.
Would they bring the Trinity for tourist attraction? It's an opportunity for us to make money as a nation. Imagine the world over to come attend the Headies. At the year where we had a lot of international collaborations.
Yes, so it's totally okay. It's just like you would say the Mizekowa's event for us.
The West.
It's just a matter of decision, you know? fresh air outside.
This is Nigeria's fresh air. Nigeria.
The organizer, they said maybe
Come on now.
it's probably part of the plan of testing new water.
It's about investing in this nation. The amount of money from the event center and everything, that event, and that is a lot of money that would have been coming into Nigeria. I'm very particular. Now, on to the next story, like really, so that you don't call me out.
No, I won't.
So, Burna Boy, 90,000 capacity Wembley.
To amount to, and how much is going to go to the show promoters. Nigerian government has tax, so that's being patriotic. But yeah, far from their contemporaries is your ability to sell out, and it just goes to show the sense of acceptability, the popularity, be where he is, and that is a big message. That's indeed issues that he's been having on the social media with Wizkid and problems, find fault where there isn't any. So it's basically quite an amazing job. And then I love the fact that recently music, okay, that he actually just loved music. Arrested and imprisoned over a report of allegedly killing somebody, and then reports great in the music industry.
Yeah.
He's moved past it. When I read that story, I just passed, not forgetting it. A lot of persons tend to feel that past is your history, your past is your background, your past is in your ways, and then it makes you to things that has happened to you. So I appreciate the person of Burna Boy more after reading, move past it and keep pursuing his dreams. And
it's been more about selling off, selling out the stadiums. We saw Davido do it, Nathaniel Bassett and STVNg and Victoria Renzi sell out one of those stadiums also in the US. So I think it's like a season thing where everyone, like Nigerian artists, but stadium, you've entered
the next
you've entered the next level of your career in music. But it's beautiful to see that Nigerians are able to carry the world along in their music. It's beautiful to see that Nigerian music is now it's globally accepted, like globally accepted. I don't know who I was having a conversation with the other day, and we're talking about how it's so cool when you see Westerners trying to dance to our songs, do a challenge. Like in music, it's expected that if you're a musician, when you're singing a song that is from another language, you should be able to get the pronunciations right. Like you should be. Yes, I'm not Yoruba.
no, it's
the
obvious
ethics of
sometimes.
music, yeah.
It's obvious sometimes.
It's obvious sometimes, but yeah, like the underlying ethics in music.
Accent.
Well, wait, who sent it to have accent? Who sent it to Burna Boy? I like to just add congratulations to whatever this. Okay, this is your story.
Well, Asake is one of the about that time where he's going to release his debut, and a lot of Nigerians have reacted. He's still his money vibe. A lot of persons can't wait to get to feel. You can see he's got his bling on, he's got his looks, and it's it. But then we'll get to wait and see as the album unveils and unfolds what's good music. And possibly, who knows, we might be having
a good refresher with regards to new musicians that are coming. What's his
Don
name?
Jazzy.
Don Jazzy. I was trying to.
Just that video that is still playing on my head, though. It's just still playing in my head.
Your memory bank.
And watch it. And watch it again.
You're doing well. So like, and they're finding a ground for themselves, and there is a good song with the title Mr. Money Vibe, and it has about 11 songs. The new jams. Sometimes one song just comes off the I can see doll, the yo, and then one of these songs now will just come out and just hit. I don't know, but I think Buga, but there's another song that has been trending.
Song that just came to, okay, this one is a personal discovery.
Music, you're Chris Brown.
Leave now.
No, I'm thinking of Nigerian
music. It's Chris Brown and in Nigeria.
And then it was waves, really. That's like more like it.
Well, becomes an anthem.
The highly
it's
relatable.
how simple and how Buga the Bugatti dance. I've seen very adorable videos of, but then it's what brings the fun out of us. It also make my replay 24/7 on all my playlists. Guess
That was
for
redone.
Black Panther.
Okay.
That music is on all of my playlists.
Oh, I don't.
I just love, the atmosphere, the ambience created.
Who leads the 2022 Headies Award winners? Like, of course, he releases the new dates for his single "Bad to Me." Also, on the just concluded Headies 2022 played.
Wizkid has been very intentional about his then and how he is now. You get to trace all, focused, and he's consistent about his growth process. So he accepted, and especially his song Access. Recall he just gained a golden award for stream. He has given so much into selling the Nigerian music brand. Just keep it his the personality of Portable and the recognizes, and I just laugh and smile.
Guys,
to
just a
myself.
joke. I feel like we should.
He just chanced to be in the music industry, I guess,
Yeah,
and
people who
possibly in
just
the celebrity status.
fame,
And he doesn't have to take back the apology, and then he offered an apology again. And then the event comes and goes.
United States. Let's move to foreign music. We see DJ.
It's number one.
Number one.
Well,
Got it.
I wouldn't expect anything else. Music is legendary and it cuts across. And I just get extremely excited. And whenever I hear there's something new coming from the rapper, so you combine all of those things into one, and then when eventually he comes out, oh my, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, DJ Khaled is one person that his songs, and then it has this kind of videos are. We just seem to be having a lot more pictures than the videos. But Barack Obama. Barack Obama.
And you're the mutual here.
Yeah.
Talking about Barack Obama.
Ex-presidents Barack and Michelle Obama.
I'm just trying to say, I mean, he's been one of the most exceptional black presidents. I recall just within the week we had a president invited him over for a portrait unveiling, and just that he was one time the president.
Yeah, Barack Obama cannot be easily forgotten. First, number two, he came into the seat of leadership in the United States and did phenomenally the Emmy Awards. I mean, he did a voiceover for national parks. Now, this is a 5-part show which features national parks in the category full of famous nominees for the award. Peter and Nyong'o. So, I mean, Barack Obama is the second president to have.
No, you know where I'm coming from.
Barack Obama.
You know where I'm coming from.
This is about Barack
I'm trying
Obama.
to, let our viewer get to understand that. When the plays you had power with the persons who have also been nominated,
yeah,
so whoever comes out, you get to know that this person had people who are legendary,
quite exceptional
in
the Special Emmy Award in 1956. Now, the thing with Barack Obama is that this is not the audacity of hope and a promised land. Michelle just being an enigma when it comes to leadership, and God, it gives. Really, now it brings me back to their book. It gives, tap into these resources that are. So we see Sheen Daddy come boycott. And
seriously? But I think Kanye West has made a very great phenomenon. I just have to understand that, and I kind of totally understand where Kanye West is coming from.
Don't do this to us.
His name just escaped me.
You can't do
but
that.
then, they said he was not, I think myself, Beyonce, Rihanna, 50 ourselves to get here. Like, we worked hard to get. When we feel in a certain way about where we have been, pursue things that will bring money or more money to your pocket, the more responsibility you have. For instance, you get to hear this person cannot rest, but make more money because just have to do more.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Well, at this point, we really need to take a breather. You all have been good. Y'all been so. Let's take this really good piece away. When we come back, Rise and Shine sure does. Jay-Z. That one, they know they listen to us, they shout for me, say, why they sit down like that? Okay, so that means that Some of the big things that have happened the world over. First, okay, let's do this. Messaging again, gang. Messaging. People come out and say, Auntie, you're doing a little too much. You know that he recently turned 31 and it was a big burst. He did the most. I mean, this is a 2022 model of somebody scream Toyota. Toyota what?
Man,
The car is humongous.
the car, man. I'm interested about the car name right now.
Right.
But you see this car.
Exactly.
A machine.
Now you're getting the point. That's not a car. That's a machine.
Drive motor, another drive doke in a machine. But see, I appreciate the fact that we should not have brought it to the social media to show that I have belly.
The stomach is dirty.
Very, very. But no. Of all persons, on our birthday.
Yeah, like you have really like turn it down. You're doing a little too much. The person
even saying Messi has not expressed.
The person is sad.
She has not expressed.
no, is that
read?
What happened?
On your birthday.
Yeah, what happened?
My heart.
Well,
like if I go to talk about it right now.
You know me, sir. Like no, you don't get my point. I'm telling you, that's what she got. Now this is big. Now I'm a Mercedes person, so until I watched the video and found out that she is someone who loves. I didn't. So it was on. That was my opinion when I saw it at first. I was like, if
it didn't go all out. I mean,
not for a woman.
Okay.
Not for a woman.
For
like,
her personality.
For her personality. Smallish. She's not tall. She's not big.
But you should know
She'll get me. Her person that was there was like, yeah, you finally got the car.
There's anything I've noticed about personalities and cars. Liking very big cars. You're nuts.
Okay, I'm not squeezed. I watched the video. I spent time. And of course, people are like, with, but every other person, she's really emotional. She cried quite a number of display of affection, isn't it? People are looking for old. I feel like they're still adjusting to each other.
Which kind of adjustment?
Maybe subsequently.
Did they not caught? Sister in the Lord and sister in the Lord, how are you doing? Yes, we are fine.
Yeah, but you see, they've been married for just about 2 weeks. So it doesn't taking it just another level. See, what we meant a lot to her. I mean, it's the type of car she's always wanted. Now, on to the next. The second, her death was announced on Thursday as she had passed. Oh, finally. And for the people of the United Kingdom, there is nothing like, and of course, eulogies, condolences, and for the first time in the history of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, Queen Elizabeth has been one of the most famous. If that woman was in Nigeria, she would have been loved. You know what, mommy, you've been here for too long. I should take over. Yeah, no, go see. But
I think suddenly I expected somewhere. I mean, she was enthroned at the age of 20 years of age, and she's been, the leader of Nigeria and every colonized country by the Britons. All the world leaders gave their tweets about the years. I was really impressed. There were like 3 slides of his and then congratulations to the new king.
All the world had to point their we wish Queen Elizabeth soul rests in peace, and of course
I thought you wanted to say we wish Queen Elizabeth
finally, but we wish her soul to rest in peace, and of course away from that we understand our guest has joined us. Hello, Pastor Joseph, can you hear us? There's a tradition we have.
That tradition is usually when we have someone on set. So we'll try it. So let's do that. For the first time on Spectrum Television, joining us for the very first time. Yes,
yes.
Okay.
We celebrated, you could call it World Education Awareness. Gets on track and the need for attentive to their children and get to find out what their children. Literally, you could say it's time for us to reflect as a country as to invest the right finances is on track. Now, Pastor Joseph has been Nigerian society for purpose of being exposed to education outside of Nigeria, great education back here, and education.
Do it as much as I can. I would say that it not have the best facility or to put schooling in the United States of America. One of the things is that. So we move from just theories to practice, and of course, in order for us to have motion, there were experiments that upon but a theoretical aspect of teaching, but no practical. Same student is not able to see what a rock looks like in a research lab where the student is able to go to put all this. We have one of the best overseas. One of the things that I realized was that
Education.
yes, so we have students who were in the same classroom as myself, who studied in the universities. Actually, things I learned in elementary school here in Nigeria, classroom as myself.
Oh
But the
wow.
problem was, even though I was like a brand new thing to me, because that was the first time I'm actually able to put those dream of our fathers when it comes to education.
Area. It is not, now that it gave you an advantage in
Sorry, ma'am, it's just one of those things when Nigeria happened.
view of our education system. It's not in Nigeria as to when you went.
Amazing. I was surrounded by amazing teachers, or I would consider it wasn't the salary or the money. So for an average Nigerian, but in my case, that was just a
We've been battling with ASUS strike, so what
Lucky Dube of blessed memory sang a song back in the days that said there would be no school, and we have a system that was set up when it comes to issues relating to politics, but when it comes to today, we train them today, and we cannot too much out there. Have been during the hassle strike, one of the things that came to
okay, network is playing a little prank on us, graduate for other people to come in, get education.
scholarship program, who I am wondering when they will graduate. Society where a child of nobody can become something. The government is paying deaf ears because there's no sign that our education, universal basic education, so let us access education in our own country, places where the STEM program I'm now looking into is seeing how we can, when you sit out not driving, for like providing them conducive learning environment.
Okay.
All right, it continuously brought us a lot more closer. Have to, be well cultural development. One of the we've had situations where across our Nigerian universities, issues as some of the things that we have is gone. That's
He's back
one.
to
Now
place.
we'll get past it. And what role does it have to play on?
We talk about infrastructure, we're talking about not just education develops an individual teacher. So when we talk about infrastructure, it has a role to play in. I did myself a solid favor junior secondary school. I it it, it bleeds under the rain because or decks for them to sit on, and we have leaders who run for offices just to keep. But yet, when you take a tour around our situation, has it related? Army Children's School all around that I've seen for local government, and if you and
Yeah.
to do to train not just are not taken care of. That's also part of infrastructure. If they're not excited, if they don't have the passion that, hey, how do we go to work our way down there? But we are actually going to work with umbrella in a very deplorable condition, and some of them stay back home. So how it is not to accumulate the mind with the knowledge of other in an environment where you are wondering, and I don't have them physically here that I took from a child would can learn in such environment. The state government, the Ministry of Education, and other agents supposed to be a learning environment, and a learning environment supposed to
Like from the end of the government, we've heard that they are well before, and that was the standpoint of just like you're talking about. It feels like it's a social media, and so I go into some of these communities and I see those things.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
is no infrastructure for a staff room. They can't talk to you because they will tell you they can't speak again. Move from this place. We need a solution. What can we do differently in terms of training?
approach that question. Thank you so much. By if we are able to realize that we have provided more. First, I want to say this, and I always can participate in reshaping. If all of our elected officials to go home, visit the school that they attended, them to come forward to a town hall meeting, things that they are doing for them, right? This location when we have needs from all these schools. And as a pastor, I want to say this. Night and when you Google, so when we talk about corruptions, it's those who are well-to-do in our society coming together, collecting. Let's invest this in this particular. I think the problem we have in our society today, because I'm sorry to say this, it appears we don't have right now who wants to say, "Hey, I can play." I want to challenge them to come forward. Necessary skills to our students. So there's misses. So let's come up with training the resources available to us. How do we have a school reach out to a maintenance team to say which institutions?
Okay, he's back.
That you're talking about us, that if politicians could, bring out 100 million organizations from the religious side and even societies. I'm from the Catholic extraction, and as we know, back in the days, the Catholic missionary religious obligations to the larger society, which word to the government, your last word out.
Our president of the country, the ministers of education, or yes, there is a problem. So my advice is let's start stirred. We just need a man or main with our own personal perspective. Problem is everyone's problem. So I want to call on the government, start from one local government to the other. Let's say history knowledge. Let's build character, learn, and let's like it. Thank you.
Because he's a U.S. military officer this morning and giving us your thing that he said, but it's very important area. But at this point, I would say that thanks for being a part of the show today.
Have better society going forward.
Shine Saturday.